a lot more frequently. So you gotta time yourself and yeah.
You're gonna die.
Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. Luckily, I have a bento box. Welcome back to Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Alright, let's see the throne. So you were basically explaining how, like, you like more witty humor. Something with a little more dry, British sarcasm.
I love British TV.
Yeah.
Well, because we were talking about it between takes,
episodes,
I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like, because you had mentioned, I watch a lot of like the adult cartoons, so like Futurama, Family Guy.
Yeah,
American
you
Dad.
got me into watching American Dad.
Yeah.
I used to be like,
Like, and they do have punch down humor, but there's like wittiness to it.
Okay.
It's not just point and laugh.
Yeah.
You're different, you're fat, you're stupid, ha 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 ha. Like, there's more to the humor.
Gotcha.
So, whereas I don't get that in this. This is like mean little kids being mean little kids.
It's Mean Girls.
Yeah, which I'm
Shantae and the Mean Girls.
just not a fan of. So, and it's like, again, some people will find it funny and I don't.
Gotcha.
But yeah. So, and it's like, again, I feel like if you took the story out, like all these little blurbs
Yeah.
that like make the characters, take
Yeah.
that shit out and it'll be a good game.
It'd be interesting if there was like a mode where you could just play through the game without the story.
Hey, you want to play the game, but you don't want to know anything about the characters? Try this mode.
There's a game called Freedom Planet that has that.
It's the too sensitive setting.
Yeah.
Are you too sensitive to play this game? Play it on the too sensitive setting.
But no, there's a game called Freedom Planet, which I always wanted to play because it was originally a Sonic fan game, but after a while it had so much passion and like they put so much into it, they made it their own thing called Freedom Planet.
Okay.
And it has two modes. It has the story mode, which has all the cutscenes, and then it has like the game mode where you just go from one level to the next and there is no story.
See, I think I would like that because then I would be able to better appreciate games like this where it's just like, just because I don't like the characters and I don't like the story doesn't mean I won't like other things about the game, which I can already see. Like, I do like certain things about the game, but the distaste that I feel for the story clouds that.
Okay. And I mean, this is no story for me to write home about. Like, I don't much care for it. It's just like,
It's not even the story, because the story itself could be interesting. Like, her genie powers were stolen from a pirate, and now the pirate needs her help. Like, that could be a fun story, but instead, that story is clouded by, like, oh, I found these clothes on the ship, but they're too big for me because you're fat. And it's like, okay, we didn't really need that, but cool beans, I guess. Like,
gotcha.
you know, it has the workings to be
Better.
in my opinion.
And I'm just curious if like the other games in the series are like this or this bad, especially the earlier ones.
Well, see, because that's the thing. I feel like people who've never been bullied in that way don't really care.
They don't see it that way.
Yeah, they don't see it. It's just
Probably.
like, it's cheeky, it's, you know, oh, that's cute, haha, keep going. But, like, for somebody that may have been bullied about these things, that, like,
Okay.
you know, it hits home a little more.
Yeah, it's a touchy subject. All right.
Is that a
then.
little cat?
No, that was a little rat.
Oh.
So we kill it.
Speaking of little cat, Luna's in here somewhere. I let her in.
I heard her peep.
Yeah, I let her in between
went,
takes.
Wow.
Because she was
She's like, do I have to come over there?
pawing at the door. She was like, you know, it's not as cool in here as it was whenever I was feeling under the door.
Ugh.
Yeah, Luna, the AC's been off for like 2 hours.
She's like, why?
I know. Because Ren won't let me have it on while we're
But
recording.
why, though? It's very aggravating. Like, not now, because, like, I'll just be like, but, like, weeks down the line when I'm rewatching, I'll be like, ugh,
That
these were the
sound, yeah.
episodes where, like, the fan was running in the back. How many episodes did we do this? Ugh. And, like, it's just a personal
it's okay
beef
right
of
now
mine.
because even like right now it is. Let's see.
73 degrees?
Thermostat. No, that's from this morning.
Oh, okay.
It is 81 degrees outside at the time
Okay.
of recording this at 8 a.m.
All right.
Almost 9 a.m.
Almost 9, yeah. Another Cacklebat. We went down through the quicksand to access this Cacklebat. Yeah, so the reason I'm blazing through this game is because I've played it before.
Yeah.
That's the difference between a game like this and Origami King, where I'm just
where
like,
it's like,
I don't even know where I am.
We're learning.
Whereas I'm familiar with this. I also practice before I record, to where I'm just like, did I do this right? Do I?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just like, sort of going through the motions.
Yeah.
Just so there's not a lot of, ask Olivia. I don't know what to do.
Olivia's like, I don't know either.
I don't know either. Isn't this fun? But
Olivia.
at the time of this recording, we finished
yeah.
Origami King. And we have a lot to say, and we're
Yeah.
going to save it for those videos and an exclusive
Yeah, like
retrospective video as well.
a little wrap up. Especially because I feel like Origami King is one of those games that are like controversial
Very.
in the fan base.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the game itself, but like the fan base has been torn to shreds.
Yeah. And like, it's weird because I don't know what category I fall in. I fell in love with the first Paper Mario on the Nintendo 64. And like, I thoroughly enjoyed Thousand Year Door. And I was fine with Super Paper Mario, but I was just like, it's gonna be changing, I guess.
Yeah.
And I didn't play Sticker Star, but Sticker Star was the one that like broke everyone. And like,
See, I think that's the difference.
that's the culprit why everyone's so rabid. So regardless if Origami King is like a good game or not, people have Sticker Star's taste in their mouth.
Yeah.
And they can't let go of that taste to actually appreciate Origami King. And I mean, they don't have to. It makes sense. It's just like, this is not for me on a surface level. Why would I dive into this? I'm like that with so many things. Like, everything with a DC label anymore, I'm just like, I still... Like, people are like, I love the Snyder Cut. It is a great... I'm like, I'm happy that he got to finish his vision. That being said, I was not a fan of the last couple of movies he did.
Yeah.
It's not my thing, so it's gonna have that same taste. Why would I watch it, let alone 4 hours?
Yeah. See, whereas, like, I understand that. The thing that I don't understand about the fandom, and I think this is just because I'm don't have a lot of games under my belt.
Well, this is where I feel like I screwed up. Is I started you with Origami King.
See, I don't think so, because I understand that games are different games, and that it is the way it is.
Because, like, at this point, if you don't adore the first 2 games, I poisoned you. That's just going to be the consensus. Like, I brainwashed you to like the newer, inferior Paper Marios.
But see, that to me is the brainwashing itself. That is the fandom being like, you are not allowed to like
Right.
games. You are not allowed to have your own opinion.
Right.
So, like, I'm going to go into the older Paper Marios with fresh eyes. Just because I played one game doesn't mean I've played them all.
I mean, you
And I
ended up
feel like
really
that's
liking
where-
Partners in Time, and that's
Yeah.
another Mario RPG that's
So, and it's like,
not like
but I feel
Origami
like
King.
that's the toxicness of the fandom.
Yeah.
Is like, they want all the games to be exactly the same, and they're not. So if you don't like one, but you like the other, well, you're not a real fan then. If you don't like the OG, then you're not a real fan. And I'm just like, that's so stupid.
Yeah. And they do it with so many fan bases anymore. It's just,
Oh, yeah. Any
it's
fan
annoying.
base. It's the same with, like, the Supernatural fandom.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they do it. It's the same with, like...
And that's why fandoms are cancer.
Yeah,
and you should never judge a product by its fandom. Because
No.
I make this mistake a lot.
Yeah, not at all.
Why didn't you ever watch this? Because the fandom's toxic. Yeah, but it's still really good.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a part of the fandom to enjoy something. Like, that's how I feel with My Hero Academia.
Oh, absolutely. I hate the fandom. But, like, the show is so good, and the manga is good, and, you know, the creator worked so hard, and that was his swan song.
Mm-hmm.
So he had tried to write other mangas and things like that beforehand, and they just never got published. No one wanted them, and he was basically like, this is my last shot. So, like, if no one wants My Hero Academia, he was gonna quit. Like, he was gonna be done with writing.
Oh, wow.
So, like, that was his swan song of, like, this is my last shot that I'm giving myself, and it just, like, blew up. So
That's really cool. That's like the story of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, like, I can't imagine the pride that he feels
Yeah.
for like creating something that so many people love, and then to have fans attack him at his home because they don't like where the story went is complete and utter garbage.
I agree.
Like,
But,
I don't understand how you can call yourself a fan and then attack the creator like that.
It seems to be the normal anymore. Fans are solely around just to piss off the creator in what way they can. I don't know. I mean, I'm a fan too, but I keep to myself.
I'm a fan.
I really do.
I'm a fan, but
I don't own
like,
any of this stuff. But I also know that I can create my own shit.
Yeah. But I do understand the creator's vision, and sometimes that's not where you saw it going, and that can be disappointing.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean it's bad.
Right.
Just because it doesn't line up with the vision you saw in your head doesn't make it bad.
As a counterpoint, the new Star Wars are not made by George Lucas, so I'm inclined to hate them. Like, even the prequels, I'm just like, it's his vision.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do my part to see what his vision is.
Yeah.
Not what I'm trying to see, what he's trying to see.
To me, the new Star Wars is a lot like fan fiction.
It is fan fiction.
It's fanfic. It's people that were like super fans of the Star Wars, like the OG Star Wars, and then they wanted to put in their own story. And you know what? That's fine. Like, I've just kind of accepted the fact that I'm too old to enjoy it now.
Yeah.
Like, this is for the new Star Wars fans, the new little babies that want to, be Jedi. And I'm like, you know what? I'm glad that is continuing, because chances are those little kids are going to grow up and watch the original Star Wars at some point and see, like, what their parents and their grandparents grew up on.
Yeah.
And then they're going to love it even more. And chances are they're going to be like, wow, this is garbage. But
that does happen.
But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Because we do it all the time.
That is so true.
So, I've just kind of accepted that. The only one that makes me sad in that regard, and I'm so sorry, I'm about to open a giant can of worms. The Disney remakes.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right.
That one, I have like the
I don't
same...
understand that one. That is not appealing to kids.
No,
that appeals to people that grew up with it and spits in their face.
It's the nostalgic parents that are like, oh my god, I grew up with the Little Mermaid. Now my baby girl gets to grow up with the Little Mermaid. I'm so excited. That's what it's like targeting. It's targeting the nostalgia of the parents.
Everyone who buys the remakes, and they are few. Thank God they are few at the store that I work at. Oh, we got a Scimitar. Risky Scimitar.
We should look up how to say it.
Yeah, we should.
Scimitar makes sense.
Scimitar does make sense.
But you're right, that C could easily be silent.
Yeah. Check this out. Ta-da. Use a Scimitar to plow through these blocks.
Nice.
But anyway, like, the people that buy those remakes are not kids.
No,
they're like
adults.
in their 20s and stuff.
They're adults that are
the
just
kids.
Innocent.
They want a cartoon.
Yeah.
They want Moana. They want Rey and the Last Dragon. They want Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Just because I definitely think that kids, although they don't understand...
And Paw Patrol. My God, do we sell a lot of Paw Patrol.
Is, popular. We sell a lot of Paw Patrol at my store, too. But kids, even though I feel like they don't quite understand, they do notice and get that, like, these shows are disingenuous.
Yeah.
So I feel like they definitely see that.
Yeah, they can see the soullessness of the product. Like, it's very transparent
so
once you remove the nostalgia.
While they don't necessarily understand why, it's still...
Yeah, there's still something off.
Yeah.
Okay. Flip these. Haha. Now you won't stab my tootsies. But yeah, like, I think about that all the time. Because I'm tempted to, like, hide it in the shelf, and I'm just like, At the end of the day. Like, I hide them from displays. I'm like, I'm not putting the remake on the display. I'm putting the original on the display.
Yeah.
If they have a beef with it, they can come to me. But I don't hide the product. Like, the product's there. You can buy it wherever you want.
See, we have customers.
And no one wants them.
We have customers.
We have like 5 copies of the remake of The Lion King. 1 copy of the original.
Yeah. See, we have customers that will do that. They like... I work at a bookstore, and they like come in and they will pick out like the conservative books, and they hide all of like the liberal books, behind the conservative books.
Yeah.
And then, like, they'll come in and you know, say that we are hiding the conservative books, or we're not displaying them. And it's like, we don't display any political books.
Right.
Because we don't sell a lot of political books.
Shocker.
So it's like, the books that we mainly sell are fantasy. Fantasy and young adult and manga. Manga is so popular in our stores.
Really?
Yeah.
We have manga, but it's just like a shelf. So anytime
Yeah.
it's just like, what manga you got? I'm like, there's half-price books, Phantom in the Attic, and
Yeah.
a Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
Why are you here? This is the worst
Hot
place
Topic
to get
sells manga
books.
too, but they don't have a big variety.
Is Hot Topic still in the mall?
Yeah.
Oh, how about that?
But like, that's the thing. So like, we sell a shit ton of manga to the point where, I mean, I'm slightly obsessed with the manga section just because I think it's relaxing to organize it.
Okay, that's cool.
It soothes my OCD brain.
That's like me with shelving video games. Like, there's so much room I could just pop, and
Yeah.
this goes here. I hate shelving DVDs.
Well,
They're always so cramped.
Yeah, there's a lot of freedom in how we shelve things to make the shelves look full, but also still shoppable.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I like shelving them because sometimes I can, like, front face ones and make the shelves look pretty, I guess.
Okay.
But you're always rearranging it. I can go from like stocking the shelves to they are almost not shoppable. They're so tightly packed.
Gotcha.
And then 2 hours later go and there's room that I have to like front face books because there's too much room on the shelf.
Gotcha.
Like they're just really, really popular. But even still, like with a lot of the trading issues going on with the East, you know, in the US right now, we can't get a lot of mangas in.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of breaks in series just because we can't get them in. Not to mention, like, still having COVID restrictions.
Okay.
So.
All right. So surprise, surprise. The boss is Squid Baron.
Better watch. She's gonna take you like a squid heart.
He's understanding his purpose now. How full are your pockets? About half, right? Halfway full? Filler boss. It's my destiny. He knows he's a filler boss. And he's gonna be the best filler boss of all time. Old hat, recycled moves, all of it. So here we go. Squid Baron, reoccurring rascal, concerned parent. And here we go. Now, Squid Baron is very fast. He slides on his soap suds. He pounces with a lot of shockwaves. Always good to have some pike balls so you can do damage even when you can't do damage. And he can also heal himself with that food. The trick I like to use is using a super monster
milk.
milk.
He just saw his grandma and then in the shower.
Squid Baron 2.0.
Oh boy.
We finished the first phase. Now he's got the iron helm. So all you gotta do is use the Scimitar to break open the iron helm. But he's a lot faster, and he does slam a lot more frequently. So you gotta time yourself and yeah.
You're gonna die.
Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. Luckily, I have a bento box. Haha. There we go.
I feel like this game doesn't know if it's like Middle Eastern or Japanese.
Which is weird because it was made by a Western company.
I feel like that's why it doesn't know if it's, you know, Middle Eastern or Japanese.
Yeah, like this isn't.
Because like a bento box is definitely like Japanese.
This isn't made from Japan.
But she is a Middle Eastern genie.
Yeah. Shantae is all over the place. Don't go to it for consistency.
No.
She sort of made it into Smash, though. She's a Mii costume. Which people are just like, what the fuck?
I'm not upset.
Alright,
Beat
so
down.
there we go. We beat the Squid Baron, and he feels rekindled. He found his purpose. He can paint himself blue and become an ice variant. He can shadow clone himself and swap between bodies. He could reappear at the end of an adventure in a boss rush. Maybe show up as a common thug later, you know, to make you feel really, really powerful. I'm bursting with potential. This is only chapter 1 in book 1 of the encyclopedia that is my life. So hitting you helped? Purple-haired warrior, you are my true inspiration.
Sob.
I must go. Take this. All right, we got the map to Mudbog Island.
Oh.
That will be our next area. So yeah, we'll see Squid Baron in some future games. For now, this is the last we see of him. He's found his true calling.
Goodbye, Squid Baron.
Goodbye, Squid Baron. Because the next game, Half Genie Hero, she gets her powers back. So you get to transform into animals. Shantae and the Seven Sirens I haven't played yet. But that one revolves around, well, 7 evil sirens.
No.
The 7 deadly sirens.
Those little guys are kind of cute. The little rats.
Little rats. You can only kill them while you crouch. Come on, tackle that.
Because they are small.
Alright, there we go. Dark magic. Alright, so in the next part, we're going to make our way to Mudbog Island. We'll see you then.
Toodles.